Hey everyone, Knock the Hero here. Today I am playing Beacon Pines. This was recommended to me by another viewer. If you have any other recommendations for games you'd like to see on this channel, feel free to leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Alright, chapter 3. Let's see where this mystery is gonna take us.
Finding a friend. The next
Guess we're gonna find a friend.
It was quieter than usual at the breakfast table. Only the sound of silverware and chewing interrupted the awkward silence.
Uh-oh, Grandma mad. I finished jarring a mess of jam last night. Uh-huh. So that'll need to get delivered into town today. Okay. So what did you and Rollo get up to yesterday? Oh, nothing interesting. Grandma knows, Grandma knows. Hello? Aha. Yeah, I see. Calm down. No, of course it was the right thing to do. Start gathering folks. I'll be right there. Are you sure there isn't anything you want to tell me about yesterday? Anything I want to tell you? Not really, we just sort of ran around a bit.
Gran's brow furrowed. She let out a long sigh. Her voice was quiet and even.
I have to go take care of something. You are to stay in this house for the day. Under no circumstance are you to leave. What? If I am not back by dinner, there's stew in the icebox. But nothing. You are to stay here, understand? Yeah. Say it. I'll stay here till you get back. Good. Uh-oh. Oh, and Luca. You left the icebox open yesterday. We're not made of money, you know. Born in a barn. Well, that was strange. A little bit. It was a little bit strange. I didn't know I could, like, turn it off and on. Well, what should I do then? I don't got no TV. Hey, check it. Ponder.
A faint electronic sound floated in the air.
Is that coming from upstairs? Is it that walkie-talkie? Hello? Is anyone there? Hello? Rollo, is that you? It's aliens! Over? That was weird. I don't trust it. This is exactly how Oxenfree got started.
Luca glanced at the now silent walkie-talkie. He wasn't sure what to think.
Why does it sound like somebody's knocking? Is there a sprint button? Like... Oh, hey, Roxy. This is about me, accidentally kicking you yesterday. Is Rollo here? No? Look at me, Luca. This is serious. Is Rollo here? No, I haven't seen him since yesterday. Rollo didn't come home last night. What?
A pit formed in Luca's stomach.
Where was the last place you saw him? We were playing around in Weepwood, and then it was late and we went home. Weepwood. If he's alive, I'm going to kill that little creep. Is there anything else? Anything that he said?
Luca's mouth felt dry.
No, we were just messing around. Okay. I need to go let people know to check the woods. You just stay out of trouble. Go see if he's hiding in the library or something. Gran
Luca
told
could
me not to
feel
leave.
his heart beating in his throat.
Rolo? Where are you? Gran told me not to leave. I can't just go back on what I told my Gran. She made me say it out loud. Can't just do that.
A sturdy old wheelbarrow.
Okay. Guess there's nothing else out here for me to check. Got me checking like every crevice now. Wait, what's back here? Did I go here before? Oh, that's this. Where did I find the library that time? Hey, Bert. Have you seen Rolo? Man, I just sneezed. Nope. Though I've mostly been talking to clipboards. They're setting up lots of stuff for the festival. The one said he had to process some answers. I told him that was fine. I'll wait right here until he gets back. That guy again? I already did that. I already did that. Howdy, Luca. Hello again, Pete. I'm not Pete, you silly goose. It's Toby. You could have fooled me. Hey, well, it's no problemo. The important thing is we'd love to hear your thoughts. Yeah, I'm getting that impression. We're all a part of something special, Luca. And it all starts right here in Beacon Pines. I got it.
Toby looked up from the clipboard excitedly.
That's right. So how about you start by telling me? Look, no offense, but I got my own stuff to take care of. Ah, you joker. We're all part of this together. You'll let us know when you're free to answer a few questions. No, thank you. You're weird. We really need to get back to work. Just a couple more minutes. If Roxy said she will be here, then she will be here. I don't see why I'm standing around doing nothing and waiting for Roxy when I could be standing around doing nothing and getting paid for it. Come on, Lumi. Roxy needs our help. Yeah, well, good intentions don't qualify as legal tender. Tender. My parents wouldn't listen. No offense, but isn't Rolo always getting into trouble? Something feels different this time. What can we do to help? We need to check where the adults aren't. So I guess it's up to us to check Weepwood. Our shift doesn't end for another couple of hours. We could spend the time making posters. That would be great. I guess. Right, Fitz and I will check Weepwood. We'll be back later to pick up the posters. I think my dad has a map of Weepwood. Let's swing by my house and grab it before we head out. Did I just overhear that conversation from all the way down here? Or like, what? What's this about a missing child? I must stress this situation is completely under control. It just all seems so terrible. Aren't you sure there's nothing we can do to help? Nonsense. Young Mr. Cotter will turn up safe and sound, I am certain. You just focus on settling in. I trust my sister has supplied you with suitable lodging. Oh yes, Miss Valentine has been more than accommodating. We were just telling our daughter Beck that. Now where did she run off to? His eyes went wide in disbelief. What do you mean vanished? That's impossible. Oh my. He doesn't even see the danger he's in. Uh-oh. Is she like telling the story as it's happening? Is she telling the story?
Jeff's hardware closed down about a year ago. The effects of the foul harvest stretched wide. When there are no crops in the field, tractors don't need fixing.
True. It's very true. But there's other things to fix besides that. Like what?
Kato volunteered at the library during the summers. He wasn't very social, so he'd dedicate each summer to becoming an expert in a single subject,
Oh man.
making him a reliable source of very particular knowledge. If you were to ask Kato something he didn't know, he'd escape into the dusty old bookshelves and return with just the right thing.
Hey,
Kato
Kato.
was lost in his reading. Luca crooked his neck to see the title, Introduction to Melitology.
What is that? Oh, hey, Luca. You snuck up on me. Good book? Don't know. Just started
He
it.
gestured to the shelves.
I'm really running out of books I haven't read yet. So now it's on to the wonderful world of bees. Turns out bees are pretty cool. For instance, did you know that around 70% of bee species actually live in underground tunnels? Or that if there are two queens in a hive, they will fight to the death for supremacy? Fight. Nice. That's interesting, but you haven't seen Rolo around recently, have you? Not since yesterday. Keep an eye out for him, okay? Sure thing. If I see him, you'll be the first to know. Oh man. Oh man.
Oh, the cobs I've eaten. A salad-centric travel guide for the mildly adventurous.
Yuck. Oh
Sally
man.
Seashore's simple, succulent sundries. Luca brushed off a smudge of dust. Or maybe it was flour. 30 recipes so easy you'll doubt it's even edible.
Ooh, succulent.
A peek behind the curtain. The methods and ruminations of Patrick C. Montesquieu. One of the greatest acting minds of our time. By Patrick C. Montesquieu.
My god, that title is awful. Yeah, oof.
There were
Now I gotta
rarely
go,
any
like, now I gotta
actual
check every
additions.
shelf.
Simply a variety of existing content rotated into the front display each week.
Not fooling anyone. Hey, Jace. Oh, hey, Luca. Did Rolo come by? No. I was actually surprised. He's usually here early on days when a new issue drops. Rolo's the biggest Hank Atomic fan I know. Besides myself, that is. Well, if he does swing by, tell him to meet me you know where. I don't know where. No, he knows where. Oh. Roger that, Space Cadet.
The bottom corner shelf was a dusty array of thick science books. Only one binding was clean enough to read. Cellular Biology and the Chemistry of Mitosis.
Nice. Boring. Hey, I find that kind of interesting.
Mycological Phosphorescence.
More like my complete loss of interest.
The entire top level of the library was devoted to comics, most of which were Hank Atomic and the myriad of lesser revered spin-offs.
Nerd. Poke around the library. Okay, well, I got an achievement, so I guess I am good. Guess I'm good. Oh, this kid again. What sort of monster puts candy behind a locked door? Oh, it's not that kid again. It's a different kid. Oh, yeah, Mr. Nuncreed works weird hours sometimes. Of course he does. How about you? When do I work? No. What's your name? Luca Van Horn. You new here? Yep, not by choice.
Beck's family moved often, giving her little time to establish any real connections. She would tell you she prefers it that way.
I'm looking for my friend Rollo. He didn't come home last night. So he's missing? I guess so. Like, missing? Does that sort of thing happen a lot around here?
Luca shifted his feet uncomfortably.
Well, that sucks. Yeah. So I should probably get going. Hey, wait up. What?
Beck pulled a coin from her pocket.
I'm coming with you. What? So says the unlucky penny. Unlucky? Yep. Well, technically it landed on heads. Leave this kid to find his friend alone. But I always do the opposite. Oh. It's kind of like me and Rollo. I guess Rollo is my unlucky penny. That settles it. A person should never be without their unlucky penny. Let's go find him. The name's Beck. Pleasure to meet you, Beck. I suppose I could use some help. Try to keep up. Joey, have you seen Rollo around? No, sorry, Luca. I've had my eyes in the dirt looking for beetles. Can't seem to find any. He never came home last night. Do you think it's because it's been colder than normal? I don't see why that would have anything to do with Rollo. No, the beetles. Do you think the temperature confused their circadian rhythm or something? Who's to say? I'm no beetologist. Just keep an eye out for him, would you? Of course. Listen. Dang, they boarded up the way in. Is that gonna stop me? Oh, I found a toxic sludge puddle.
Luca felt a chill as he approached Beck. Her eyes were locked on the strange green liquid. The nearby grass was coated in a fine layer of frost.
Is this sort of thing normal around here? Because puddles of glowing ooze are definitely not what I expected from this place. I have no idea what that stuff is. Well, the next obvious step is science. And what does science suggest? Poke it with a stick. Where did that stick come from?
Beck dipped a broken tree branch into the goo. Beck's eyes widened as flowers grew from the dead wood. First,
Whoa, what?
buds, which quickly bloomed into vibrant petals.
What the? Cool.
As quickly as they had grown, the flowers began to shrivel and turn gray. Beck dropped the stick with a grunt of disgust.
Okay. So the science tells us this gunk is weird as hell. Yeah, seems dangerous. Hey Tish, look what the cat dragged in. Yep. I don't have time for this right now, Iggy. Don't say things like that. It hurts Tish's feelings. Ain't that right, Tish? Yep. She looks fine to me. Why, hello. I don't think we've been properly introduced. Iggy's the name. This is my compatriot, Tish. Yup. You've probably heard of us. Can't say I have. I'll forgive you just this once on account of ya being new around here. Why would you hang out with this dud? Oh, he seems pretty alright. Iggy, why do you have to be so... you? Has he even told you that his parents skipped out on him? Shut up. It's true, they got so tired of such a pathetic kid and left him. Iggy, I'm only gonna say this one time. Don't talk about my family. Well, look who's grown a backbone now that a girl's around. First his pops croaked, then his mom finally couldn't take it anymore and bounced. Hit him, hit him.
Iggy took a step towards Luca, his sneer lit by the glowing puddle. Beck could see tears welling in Luca's eyes, his fists clenched.
Hit him.
Some things about Beacon Pines were very different from the city, but a bully from a hayseed town is really no different from a city bully. Beck took a deep breath and thought.
Time to bust out the strange, the tickle, the strange.
Well, time to bust out the strange.
Alright, Luca, looks like you need a little mud bath. What's wrong with you, new kid? We're about to pound your friend.
Beck stared in silence, the only sign of life being the twitch of an eye.
It's weird when people don't talk. Yup. Stop being a weirdo. Hello? Are you some kind of wackadoo? Makes sense. Wackadoos travel in packs, eh, dud?
At the sight of Iggy taunting Beck, something in Luca snapped. Iggy's smirk shifted to a look of shock as Luca launched himself into his stomach.
Arrgh! Oh,
Iggy's clothes
snap.
were drenched in the glowing ooze.
You jerk, my clothes are ruined. I'm
Iggy's
gonna...
voice began to slur as he struggled to get up.
Your struggle is right. I don't feel so good. Health? I'm sorry, I just... Oh, shit. Yup. Uh-oh. What did we just do? Property of Valentine Fertilizer Company. Looks old. Anything else lurking about back here? That was intense. Iggy's gonna be okay, right? Nothing about this seems okay.
The person at the warehouse. The strange ooze and what it did to Iggy. Was Rollo caught up in all of this?
We have to find Rollo. You took the words out of my mouth. Whoa there, little buddies. You startled me. What in the dickens are you doing up in this part of town? You're just helping look for Rollo. Oh, you haven't heard the good news. Rollo showed up safe and sound a bit ago. Really? So where was he? It's really funny. He just got a little turned around in the woods. They can be disorienting, you know. I'm starting to get that impression. Rollo's at his house now, getting some well-deserved rest. Wow, that's a relief. You two should scurry along before you get yourselves lost. Yeah, come on, Beck. I can't wait to introduce you to Rollo. Oh, that reminds me. Luca, your grandmother was looking for you. She was? She was worried sick. You should march straight home. I guess. Beck, your folks might be getting worried too. I'll walk you home. I need to talk with Nellie about work anyway.
Beck glanced toward Luca.
I guess all's well that ends well. I'll introduce you to Rollo tomorrow. Sure. Glad he's okay. I don't know if I trust all this.
Rollo was safe.
Was he? Is he?
A wave of relief washed over Luca, which was quickly replaced by a sense of dread. Gran is going to kill me.
Yeah, you left the house.
If he hurried, he might just make it home before sundown. Chapter 4.
Well, I guess that's chapter 3. That felt a little bit shorter than chapter 2. There was that turning point that I might want to redo. Our harvest awaits? Oof.
Luca took a deep breath and gingerly opened the door, steeling himself for Gran's wrath.
Oh man, you're in trouble, kid. Gran? I'm home. Everything's fine. Gran? Where is Gran? Gran? I know I wasn't supposed to go anywhere. I was just helping look for Rollo. Not out here either. Gran, Roxy came over. She was worried about him, so I figured you wouldn't mind if I looked for him. Turns out Rollo is safe and sound.
Luca was alone. The house was empty.
So Gran's not back yet. I guess that's a good thing. Nothing to do now but sleep, I guess.
Luca was sitting by the pond, listening to small waves lap against a rock. His father sat in a folding chair in front of him. Without turning, he spoke. "Why don't you grab me some nice bait?" "Sure thing, Dad." Luca hopped over to the tackle box and popped open the lid. Inside was a rolling, buzzing mass. "We're fishing with bees?" Luca's father gave a warm chuckle. "Well, you catch more fish with bees than honey. Pick us out a good one."
What? That's not how the phrase goes.
Luca closed his eyes and plucked out a bee. He could feel its wings struggle between his finger and thumb. Holding it at arm's length, he hurried over. His father deftly baited the hook and examined his work.
Just baited the hook with a bee?
Interesting choice. With a practiced flick of the wrist, the line buzzed in a graceful arc. The water accepted it without a splash or ripple. The wrong choice. But I respect it. The pond began to freeze over. Sometimes we gotta make the wrong choice before we can make it right. Pallid ice propagated across the still surface with an alarming speed. Luca scrambled back as the ground beneath him turned cold. "Dad, I don't understand." "Sorry, kiddo. Understanding isn't always part of the deal." The relentless ice shot through the fishing line toward his father. "Dad, look out!" His father casually wound the reel. "None of it's your fault, you know. Never was." "Dad, we have to go." Luca grabbed his father's shoulders, trying to pull him away. "Please, you have to run." The ice crackled as it spread across his father's hand. That's the thing about fishing, Luca. His chest began to crystallize.
I'm scared.
You toss your hook in, and you never know what you're gonna pull out. A shock of searing cold ran up Luca's arms. He gave one last desperate tug. The chair tipped backwards in a single frozen mass. Luca tried to stop the momentum, but it was too late. He watched the icy form of his father slam into the hard ground, shattering into 1,000 pieces that crowded around his feet.
No.
"Dad, I don't understand. What does all this mean?" The gentle rustle of leaves was the only reply.
No. What kind of nightmare fuel is this? What kind of nightmare?
Luca's eyes struggled to focus on the walkie-talkie.
Rollo?
Faintly, he could hear Rollo amongst the noise.
Luca. Rollo, is that you? Luca. There? Rollo, it's the middle of the night. Luca, thank God. Listen. I don't know how long this thing will work down here. Down here?
Rollo's voice was coming through more clearly now, but some words were still just static.
Listen to me. Someone grabbed me yesterday. What? The man in the hazmat suit? It was... took me some sort of... I think I'm underground. Underground? Are you okay? Kinda. They seem more interested, for now, at least. Mr. Kerr said you made it back home safe. Kerr? No. Trust no one, you know? Typical X-Files. He's... Hold on, someone's coming.
The signal went silent.
Rolo. Rolo, where are you?
Luca held still, waiting for a response. His pounding heartbeat marking the passage of time.
Okay, I think they're gone. Getting worse. I can barely hear you.
Rolo's voice began to fade.
Losing signal. Not much time. Mission control. You need to... The treehouse. The treehouse!
With that, the signal died for good.
Was he trying to... What was he trying to say about the treehouse? What's at the treehouse? The antenna! He wants me to use the antenna in the treehouse to get a better signal. Rolo, you're a genius.
Luca grabbed the walkie-talkie and sprinted to the treehouse.
Hook up the walkie-talkie to the radio in the treehouse. We don't even care about our gran anymore.
Footsteps approaching. He dashed behind the bushes to avoid being spotted.
Oh, there's Gran. So, we all understand our rules. You can count on me. I still think we need more time. This wasn't the original plan.
Mr. Tolliver paused, shifting his eyes to one side.
We're all in danger now. I, for one, refuse to sit idly by while that danger persists. Hiram, you just keep your wits about you.
Mr. Tolliver took one long, quiet breath.
You're right, you can count on me. I just wish we could have made that deal with Eris Valentine. Her resources would have still come in handy. As I said, I had no time to contact her after your call this morning. Plans change. How is Luca holding up? He's fine. We shouldn't lose sight of the fact that this is all... I know very well what all of this is for. We have no choice. Operation Sparkplug has a new objective. Are we in agreement?
The three shared a determined look.
Good. We'll reconvene after the festival. Gran? Why are you meeting with Mrs. Fratelli and Mr. Tolliver late at night? Hey, Luca! Gah! Dawn, you scared me. How long have you been there? Oh, just a few minutes. Earlier today I saw Mr. Tolliver and your gran enter the diner together. When my shift at the newsstand was over, they still hadn't left. So I used the greatest tool of any investigative reporter. Time. When they left, I tailed them here. What do you think they're up to? Whatever it is, they seem organized and determined. They mentioned the festival. Yeah, I heard that too. Has your gran been doing anything different recently? Anything strange? She got a phone call this morning and rushed out the door. A call from Hiram Tolliver, it seems. Hiram? She was either furious or terrified. Or both. Luca, be careful out there. I think we might be in the middle of the scoop of a lifetime. I will. Aren't you coming out? No, I'm gonna stake out here for a bit longer. See ya, Luca. Creepy. What are these two up to? I did it. I changed the sign. Splendid. Did anyone see you? I don't believe so. You were right. It was simple enough to rearrange the letters. Odd choice for a prank, though. In situations such as these, odd is good.
The two boys shared a mischievous grin.
I can't wait for everyone to see the big reveal. It should be quite memorable. Let's make ourselves scarce for now. Okay. Do I have more choices for fishing yet? I do. Smack.
Luca stuck a toy stretchy hand onto the hook. Those things always get dirty anyway.
Ew, those things. By the way, I figured out I can just hold? Maybe not. Easy there, buckaroo. You don't know your own strength. Okay, so don't hold, but kind of hold. I don't need to mash. That's why it was taking forever.
Luca stuck a toy. Those things always get dirty.
Alright. Yeah. Yeah, this is a little bit better. Hey, what is that? Should we give it to Mom? She likes jewelry. That's a sweet thought, buckaroo, but I'm not sure she'd fully appreciate a pond bracelet. Struggle?
Luca placed a sinker on the line. Sometimes the best stuff is at the bottom of the pond.
Come on, we can do it. Message in a bottle? No. Malice 80 proof whiskey. A hard liquor for a hard man. Best leave that be. Takes a real piece of work to leave something like that laying around. I feel like there's still an item. I guess maybe I'll have to come back after I get more.
Luca gently baited a feather on. Good for skimming.
I was trying to leave. There we go. Alright, hooked up the walkie-talkie. Rollo? Rollo, are you there? I'm at the treehouse now, Rollo. Mr. Kerr said you were alright. What happened out there? Dang it, Rollo, where are you? Whoa, what the heckin'? Who's there?
Luca could only see a cloaked shape behind the rocket.
I've got weapons in here, so you'd better come out right now.
He strained to hear as a muffled voice began.
Weapons? How could you hurt something that's already dead?
Fear gripped Luca's throat.
Who are you? What, you don't recognize me? I guess I don't even recognize myself anymore.
Luca stared at the ground for a moment, trying to place the dampened voice. The figure shifted slowly from behind the rocket, revealing itself to Luca.
I'm a monster. Now they hunt me like the beast I am. Iggy?
Luca reached over empathetically. Iggy's tone jolted to dejected anger.
Don't touch me! This is all your fault.
Luca slumped to the ground, overwhelmed by guilt.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I lost control. So you couldn't control yourself for a second, and I get to be like this forever? There must be a way to fix this. Oh, you gonna be my savior? Perfect little Luca saves the day with his positive attitude and the power of friendship. None of this matters. There's no time. They're after me. They chase me all through Weep Wood. I only came in here to hide. Hide from who? Who's after you? Luca! Luca! Rollo? It's not safe, Luca. Rollo, where are you? The treehouse. I'm at the treehouse, Rollo. Where are you? No, Luca, the treehouse isn't safe. They said they were going to the treehouse. I was trying to tell you to stay away from the treehouse. Who said they're going to the treehouse? The clipboards. What did I tell you? Those perennial harvest wackadoos are after me. They've been chasing me, yelling questions at me. What sort of questions? They were saying the same stuff they always do, but it's different now. Less asking, more threatening. We're gonna figure this out, Iggy. Yeah, well, thanks. Hello? Is anyone present in this arboreal domicile? Crap, they found me! Luca, what's happening? Don't panic. You stay here and I'll see what they want. Oh my god. Hello, Mr. Van Horn. We would love to hear your thoughts. Do you have time for an informal chat? We will be brief. Your time is valuable to us. Be down in just a second. Of course, of course, of course. We have a problem. Luca, you gotta get out of there. Who's out there? Is it them? Yeah, it's the clipboards. A bunch of them. How many? Maybe all of them? And yeah, you were right. They are saying the same stuff, but with the creepy knob cranked to 10. Might young Iggy be present? We would love to hear his thoughts. Run!
Iggy slumped to his knees.
I don't know what to do. I'm just so tired. Luca, what do we do?
Luca grabbed the walkie-talkie and headed for the window.
Follow my lead.
Luca and Iggy climbed up the back of the treehouse to its roof, where Rollo had constructed his MCDC, the Mission Control Defense Cannon.
MCDC.
From behind the crowd of clipboards, William Kerr strode forward, a warm smile on his face.
Iggy, there you are. You gave all of us a heck of a scare. Go away, just leave me alone. Oh, I'm sorry, Iggy, but no can do. Don't worry, though. We're here to help. Help. Then why were you chasing me? Luca, can you talk some sense into your pal here? Just look at him. He's not well. What's wrong with him? What did that gunk do to him? Well, that's a pretty hunkin' big question, Luca. All you need to know is that he's sick. He's real sick, Luca. I just need you to let us up there and take care of him. You told me Rollo was okay, that he was back at his place resting. He is. Poor fella just got a little lost. That's a lie. That is a hurtful thing to say, Luca. I thought we were buddies. Why, because he let you ramble on like a wackadoo? Nobody likes you, you creep.
Kerr's smile faltered.
Why don't you pop on down here so we can have a face-to-face? Yelling like this is gonna give us all a heck of a sore throat. And who wants that?
Luca's grip tightened on the MCDC.
What did you do to Rollo, you liar? Well, shucks, Luca, the only teeny tiny fib I told you was that he was at home. He is resting, and he is perfectly safe. For now, at least. What happens to him next is up to you, Luca. Look around. You're in quite the pickle, and I am the only person in the whole wide world who can help you. You get to decide how this ends. Do I?
Luca's mind raced. He was caught in a trap. What do you do when there's no hope?
Is there no hope?
He wiped his cheeks with a sleeve. What are you gonna do, Luca?
Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. Fight? Is that the only option I have
Luca
left?
drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. Swung the mission control defense cannon around, aiming it confidently at the smirking face of William Kerr.
Hey, Mr. Kerr.
Luca summoned his most insolent demeanor.
Rollo sends his regards. Wow, that sucked. Hey. That was uncalled for, more than a little rude, and just plain unsanitary. Luca, I really did think we were good pals. What a shame that it's come to this.
Kerr turned his back on the two boys.
And this.
With a nonchalant wave of the hand, he made his exit. As the clipboards began to slowly advance on the treehouse, Luca looked to Iggy with resignation in his eyes. The end.
The end.
That escalated quickly. Maybe discretion was the better part of valor here. Let's put a pin in this for now.
I see. We gotta go back. We can either go back here or here. Alright, let's go back here, I guess. The tickle. The tickles.
Well,
time to bust out the tickles.
Bust out the tickles.
Hey Tish, wanna see something cool? Yup. Check it.
Beck lunged forward and began to tickle under Tish's arms.
What the? Tish, is she tickling you? Yup. Yup. Yup.
Tears began to form in Tish's eyes as she gasped for breath between gales of laughter.
Yup, yup, yup.
Beck redoubled her efforts until Tish finally had
What just happened? She seems nice. Sorry for the interruption. I think you were just threatening us.
Iggy's eyes darted around, a realization dawning on his face that he was now outnumbered.
I just remembered. I have somewhere to be. See you around, new kid.
Iggy kicked at the puddle before making his escape.
Whoa. What a little creep. Beck, I think you got a little ooze in your hair.
Beck shook the ooze out of her hair as best as she could.
Is it bad? Depends. What are your feelings about having a mature, refined look? Oh god.
Chapter 4.
So, different chapter 4 now. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, chapter 4. Different path.